evening, everyone. My name is Carlos and I'm CBM, and I'll be the moderator for the YouthNet number 126 on Friday, the 5th, September the 5th, 1995. No, that was like 30 years ago. It's going to be 2025. I wish it was 1995. Well, anyways, we have the quite the lineup for tonight. We have Grace on KG4BUT taking the first slot, then Miss River, KR4 GIP, she will go second, and Ivan's going to close the net with his call sign being KE2 EGF. A couple of announcements. The text line is always working, 716-317-9050. If you want to avoid the pileups via radio, you can do that, 716-317-9050. And we have another fancy way of checking in. If you don't want to use the small keyboard on your phone, you can use the small keyboard on your phone to send an email to text@ecr.radio. And you can include your call in the body or the subject, and Miss Vicky, KE8. Yep. Where is it? I finally forgot it. Anyways, Vicky is going to use the log back there. It's going to keep us out of trouble. And we are going to be getting the check-ins soon. Remember, guys, is the YouthNet. We want you guys to check in and give this kid a good time for this next hour between 8 and 9 on the East Coast Reflector YouthNet. You're going to start taking check-ins, any mobiles for the YouthNet on the ECR, please. Come now. KO4CLD, KO4CLD. For KU, K4KU. Any more check-ins for the East Coast Reflector YouthNet number 126? Come on, don't be shy. Push that button and get your call signs on the log. Come on.
Kilo Bravo 9, Mike, you back to Delta. Kilo Bravo 9, Mike, you back to Delta, KB9M City.
Kilo Echo 9, Delta, Papa Foxtrot, KE9.
Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Mike November, KE8, SMN.
This is Kilo 6, Lima, India, K6, LNI.
KR4 BOH. Checking in, no traffic, in and out. Have a great evening, everyone. All right, we're going to work with this list down here. I got a pretty good bunch. There was a station with KB9. Can you come again and clarify your call sign, please?
Yeah, it was Kilo Bravo 9, Mike, you back to Delta, KB9MQD in Indiana.
All right, we got you now, Jack. Thanks very much for clearing it up. And now from the bottom up, we got KD3AJN, Anna, KR4COH. Hector, thanks for waving a hand. He was in and out. K6 LNI, Lancelot. KE2 EGF, one of our net controllers tonight, Ivan. KE8 SMN, Jeff. KE9 DPF, Grayson. KB9MQD, Jack, KB8PLV, Chris, K4KU, Jason, and we have KO4CLD, Micah, and Bob from Ecorse, Michigan, KQ8U. I'm going to send it over now to Grayson, and he's going to take this check-ins. The question for tonight, I remind you, have you ever built or repaired any ham equipment? Have you ever built or repaired any ham equipment? Grayson, KG4BUT, you have it, buddy.
Alrighty, thank you, Carlos. With that said, let's go to KR4, CLD, Micah from Tucumcari, Alabama. Man, we're starting off hard already.
Well, you can say I've done some tinkering, but I don't really build anything yet. I need to repair my all-door node at my house that got struck by lightning. So maybe I can try to put that a little higher on the priority list. But that's about it. KO4CLD, back to net.
Oof, yeah, that may not be fixable. I mean, like, there's a good chance that if it was, I kind of don't want it, but international, looking at the big pixel here, if it got struck by lightning, probably Ethernet cable. If it had if the Ethernet cable was going into the node, it probably got, there was probably an Ethernet short protector in it. You probably like desolder some pretty good, like you need like a hot air station to desolder it. That said, let's go to, give me a second here. Yeah, let's go, Micah, simply see Micah. Bob, KQ8U, from Escos, Michigan, 61 check-ins, and Micah, you have 18. Bob.
Good evening, Grayson, and the rest of the Usenet. I've done some work over the years on the radio, microphones, and so forth. Not much lately. Have a good night. You're doing a good job out there. KQ8U, back to net.
Howdy. Simply see Bob. Next up, K4KU, Jason from Atlanta, Georgia, 15 seconds.
Hey, good evening, Grayson, and everybody on the net. Yeah, I have repaired a couple of handheld radios for friends here and there, but I also built a few Raspberry Pi nodes. So if that counts, yes, I have definitely repaired and built some ham radio equipment. Hope you guys have a great net. Love the new format. This is P4KU, back to net.
Simply see Jason. Next up, KB8, PLD, Chris from Nova, Michigan.
Good evening, Grayson. Thanks for running a very nice net. When I got my ham license back in 19, the old phone patch allowed around the neighborhood all my ham. I can donate more than half. I don't know. That's down the road.
Already simply to Chris. By the way, you have 12 seconds if I didn't already tell you. Next up, KB9, QD, Jack from Tillahone. I do not know what that is. You have excuse me, your first check, and so welcome in, Jack.
I have checked in before. It has been some time, KV.MQD. I have built electronics equipment, maintained repair systems, inverters, um, military equipment. I pretty well have been involved in, building, repairing radio equipment, for about 35, almost 40 years now, I think it's been. And some of it can be somewhat aggravating, some of it can be simple, and some of it you might as well just throw in the junk box. But yes, I have built controllers, repeater systems, all kinds of fun stuff in the amateur radio world. I have. It has been a lot of fun, but now with partially blind and crippled hands, I can't do the things that I used to do, and I do this. And the name was Jack, for the kilo. I have checked in before to the Usenet, and you're doing a really great job. And so there we go. We'll turn it back over to control from Kilo Bravo 9, Mike Quebec Delta out of Indiana.
Some please do, Jack. Yeah, the reason I probably only showing one check was just because we only have the 7 net. So that's probably why. Alright, next up, DPF, Gleason from Rochester, Indiana. That's again. We have 2 check-ins.
Good evening to everybody here on the Usenet. Good job, Grayson, for you're doing a lot more than what I could be able to do. But I find it cool that we got the same name. But to answer that question there, I've built the most techie thing I've done is build a all copper J pole. It's actually on top of my building right now as we speak. Other than that, KE9 DPF, back to net.
Some please do Grayson. Next up, KEH SMN, Jeff from Rochester Hills, Michigan. We have 24 seconds.
Good evening, Grayson and everyone on the Usenet. This is KE8 SMN. Relatively new ham. Done just a little work on some antennas, but nothing with the radios. This is KE8 SMN, back to net.
Some please do, Jeff. Next up, P2 EGF, Ivan from Passport, New York. We have 24 seconds. And Grayson, everyone else on the net. This is Ivan, K2 EGF. Yeah, to answer the question, I haven't done too much of that. I've built a co-practice oscillator before. I've also repaired a antenna that had a high SWL problem. There's a VHF UHF that I got from the club gave me. You couldn't say I repaired that. I helped repair it. I did not know much about antennas at the time, but turns out it was a capacitor thing, and we had to replace the capacitors there. Now I do kind of know a good bit about fixing antennas, but I still don't even have tools to open that thing up because it had all sorts of epoxies on it that we had to cut away. It took a pretty long time to break into the insides of the antenna. That was kind of fun though. Yeah. Anyways, put me down for yes. This is KE2 EGF, back to net control. Alright, some please to Ivan. Next up, K6LNI, Lancelot from Lakewood, California.
Hey, good evening, Grayson, and everyone on the Usenet this evening. Yeah, I built a
antennas before, and a recent one that I did for an HT, their Yaesu FT530, where I repaired the light button that's below the push to talk button, and it's running right now in the background. And I'm talking to you on a Anytone 878 going through a commercial Sierra wireless router and a all scan node, and testing it out here on the California coast, out here on the beach. Back to you there, Net Control. Have a good evening. This here is Kilo 6 Lima November India 73.
Morning, some police to Hector. Some police to Landstuhl. Yeah, fleet check-ins, by the way. Next up, KL4 COH. No, never mind. In and out. Alright, thanks for checking in. Next up, KD3, AJ, and Anna from Bevo. And I keep on forgetting what PA is. I gotta study. Anyways, you have 8 check-ins.
Good evening, Grayson, and everyone else on the net tonight. No, I have never repaired anything. Everybody have a good week, and KD3, AJN.
Morty, some police to Anna. Next up, N6 QDQ, away from Bevo. I keep on forgetting what PA is. Somebody please remind me. We have 10 check-ins. It's Pennsylvania, thank you.
Good evening, Grayson, to you and everyone else in the net here this evening. No, I have not built or repaired anything. Back to you. This is N3D Cutie.
Some police QA. Next up, KAH, BYU, Ward from Van Bassador, New York.
Hey, Grayson, everybody on the net. KAA BYU. Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. I've built Heathkit equipment. I put PL boards in old 1970 vintage handhelds and that. And built Ramsey Electronics kits and all that. So, yeah, I've done quite a bit of that in the past. But right now, with the arthritis in my hands and all that, makes it hard to solder and that, so I kind of gave up on it for right now.
Alright, some please to you. Some please to Joe. No. Yeah, simply, I'm confused. Some please to Way, I meant. No. Boy, I'm confused. You have 74 check-ins, by the way. Next up, PO4 FLO, Joe from Toronto, Florida. You have 21 seconds.
Good evening, Grayson. I had to figure out how to mute my laptop. Everybody was talking in the Zoom room. Yeah, Vicky kind of started you up a little bit, screwed you up a little bit, but it's all good. I would have to say, yeah, I tinker a little bit here and there, so my answer will be yes. Good job on the net this evening, and I'll talk to you guys later. K4 FR.
Alright, some please to Joe. Yeah, Joe. Okay, make sure I got that right. Next up, get back to Carlos. 20, which if I'm not wrong, it's time for Wibble's turn. But yeah, I'm heading back to Carlos to pull more check-ins and possibly switching it over to Wibble.
Righty, thank you very much, Grayson, for that. This is Carlos, N1CBM, and along with Vicky, K8VKY. I got it right this time. We're going to ask for another round of check-ins. If you're mobile, if you're not mobile, if you're a general check-in, QRP, DX, aeronautical, watching TV, not watching TV, just grab that HT and push the button and get your name on the log for these kids to have fun. The question again, have you ever built or repaired any ham equipment? And remember, if you don't want to push that button to check in, use the text line 716-317-9050 or text an email to text@ecr.radio with your call sign in the body or the subject. Check-in anywhere, anybody, anywhere, twice and slowly with your call signs, please, so we can get you on the logs.
K6 GBZ, K6 GBZ. Alpha Alpha 8, Whiskey India. Alpha Alpha 8, Whiskey India.
Four. SM. Kilo Echo 4. Mike Sierra Mike.
Yeah.
KK7 OGC, KK7 OGC. KR4 DSN, KR4 Delta Sierra November.
Okay, we need a few more on this list. We already have 6 down in the list, but we need a few more until we can run it. This is Carlos, N1CBM. Just asking for more checks. Come on with your call signs twice and slowly.
Okay. Okay.
Call sign that was trying to chime in the East Coast reflector. Can you come again twice and slowly? You're at the fringe of the repeater, and or you might try moving your antenna a little bit, or getting in a better position, or upping your power in your call in your HD. Over.
Okay.
All we hear is a J. All we hear is a J from your call sign. We don't know if it's your position or your power, your HD. Try getting in a better position. Try some other window in your house or where you are, and we'll try to get you back. In the meantime, let's get some more check-ins for the Usenet, number 126. This is Carlos, N1CBM.
Not sure if I would want to confirm Alpha Alpha 8 Whiskey India, Alpha Alpha 8 Whiskey India.
And we finally got you, Max. I think it's KO6FJ from Mountain View, California. Dick, the Godfather, WB2JPQ. I gotta say that once and very clear. so I don't get pounded here. I should know it. KR4 DSN, Nick from Fort Lauderdale. KK7OJC, our friend Fred from Reno, Nevada. KE2 EDS, Mark from Elma, New York. KE4 MSM, Watch from Winters, Florida. AA8 Whiskey India WI, Bernie from Portsmouth, Portsmouth. I think it should be called like that. And K6GB said, Tom from Cameron Park, California. I'm going to send it over to River, KR4GIP, and this is Carlos, N1CPM, handing it over to River. You have it, River.
All right, thank you, Carlos. I am excited to get started. Now, next on the list is K6BBZ, Tom in Cameron Park, California.
Hi, River and Annette. And River, you're doing a great job. So back when I was 17, I built a transmitter and a receiver, but many years later, I did do some repair work on amps and antennas and such. Anyway, you have a great day, and everyone on the net have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you for coming. You have a good day, too. Next on the list, we have AA8WI, Bernie in Portsmouth, Ohio.
Good to you and Grayson and Carlos and everyone else on the net. Yes, I have built amateur radio items and I have repaired items. I've got my hands dirty a few times and burnt by soldering iron. So back to you, everyone. Have a great evening. AA8WI.
Thank you for coming. Next up, we have KE4MSM, lodged in Winter Springs, Florida.
And everybody on the net, thanks for taking the net, doing a bang-up job. To answer the question, yes, I have built amateur radio equipment, other than and all that. I built one right now that I built, and I have repaired equipment as well, from HP to the power supply and an analyzer as well. So that's what I've done with amateur radio equipment. K4MSM, back to next.
All right, thanks for coming. Next on the list, we have KE2EDS, Mark in Elma, New York.
The rest of the net. And the answer to the question is yes. The scary part was it's more than 40 years ago when I got into ham radio, but I did. Anyways, have a great day. Happy Friday. And you guys are doing a great job as always. KE2EDS, back to the net.
Well, 40 years, you've been doing this a long time. Thank you for coming. And next up, we have KK7OGC, Fred in Reno, Nevada.
Hey, River, Carlos, Vicky, and everyone else on the net. Yeah, it's Reno, Nevada, long E. Anyway, of course I have. Basically built the shack and drilled a hole through the house and fixed up some wall plates and, yeah, bunch of stuff. So the answer is yes. You're doing a great job. KK7OGC, 73 stall.
All right, thanks for coming. Next on the list, we have KR4DSN, Nick in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Good evening, River, and everybody on the net. Thanks for taking my check-in. As far as have I built anything, I guess I'm going to have to say no. I am in the process of building QCX Mini CW transmitter, and I got a good start on it, but it's going to take me probably a year. I don't know all the tiny soldering that has to be done. So if it isn't done yet, I guess I'll say no. But hopefully next time this question comes up, I'll be able to say yes. Have a good evening, everyone. 73.
All right, thank you for coming. Next up we have WB2JPQ, Dick in Eden, New York.
Good evening, River. Ivan, Grayson, everybody, of course, does a great job on the Usenet. Yes, for me, I probably, my 6.5 decades of amateur radio, probably thousands of things. The WB2JPQ.
All right, thank you, Dick, for everything you do. Next on the list we have KO6FJ, Max and Douglas in Mountain View, California. We're gonna try again. KO6FJ, Douglas in Mountain View, California. If you're here, please check in. All right. I'm not hearing anything. I suppose I'll just go on to the next one, which is KF8DIP, James in Ottawa Lake, Michigan. KO6FJ. Okay. Thank you for checking in. If you want to answer the question of have you ever built or repaired any ham equipment, please come back. All right, let's go ahead and go on to KF8DIP, James in Ottawa Lake, Michigan. Please come in. I'm only hearing static. I suppose we'll just go on to, the next one, which is NOTIS, Otis in Beaumont, Texas.
Well, good evening, River. Glad to hear you guys on the air tonight. It always warms my warms my soul when I hear the youth on the radio. It just, it makes my day. As far as, let's see, I've been a radio engineer all of my adult life, so I've repaired and built so many things. I really have. Ham equipment and antennas. I just, there's something about antennas I just love to dabble with and make and talk about whatever. But yeah, antennas would be one at the top of the list. But yes, the answer is absolutely yes. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you again. This is Otis, N0 TIS.
All right, thank you for coming. I'm going to hand it over to Carlos to get some more check-ins for the last few minutes of my shift.
Thank you very much, River, and for everyone. She's KR4 GIP. My name is Carlos, N1CBM, and it seems like she came trained from the morning brew. She took this list like a champ. And let's go down for another round of check-ins if we can get a few more for her slot to finish, and then hand it over to Ivan. Would be greatly appreciated. Remember, guys, text line 716-317-9050, and the email. You can email your call sign in the body or the subject of that email at text@ecr.radio. Check-ins, please. Anybody, anywhere. Come now. Call sign twice and slowly.
Echo 3, Tango Golf November. Victor Echo 3, Tango Golf November. 10 in Windsor, Ontario. 10.
Kilo Bravo 2 Whiskey Golf Golf. Kilo Bravo 2 Whiskey Golf Golf. Mobile in and out. W2 KJV. W2 KJV. AE2 EHI. Kilo Echo 2 Echo Hotel India. Portable in and out.
And recently checked in KE2EHI. He was in and out. Thanks for waiting a hand. Michael, W2KJV from Homosassa. Tony, thank you very much. KB2WC, Kevin, also from Homosassa, Florida. KF8DIP, I know you probably were on the phone or doing something else. James, we'll get you back in a second. And BE3TGN, Tim, from our neighbors up north. And I'm going to hand it over back to Miss River, KR4GIP, for this 5 or 6 check-ins. And 1 CBN.
All right, thank you, Carlos. Next we have, next on our list we have VE3TGN, Tim in Windsor, Canada.
Thank you very much for check-in. I think you were saying, I've done with crystals before I become a ham. Interested in my hobby. I've been 33 years of over, and thanks for being there and letting me check in there. This is VE3 TGN in Windsor, Ontario, portable for 72 long.
All right, thank you very much for coming. Next we have KF8DIP, James in Ottawa Lake, Michigan. I don't know. You're not coming in very clear. Maybe try again. KS8DIP James in Ottawa Lake, Michigan. Please come in. Hopefully this time it'll be clearer. Alright, I think I'm just gonna move on. Sorry we didn't get you. Next we have KB2WGC Kevin in Homosassa, Florida. I'll try again. KB2WGC Kevin in Homosassa, Florida. It's not coming in clear. I'm not sure if it's me or you. Don't really know what to do. I guess we'll, go on. W2KGD Tony in Homosassa, Florida. Please come in.
Tony, W2KJV, what's that? I want to say hello to Carlos, Vicky, Grayson, and hello, River. As far as have I ever built or repaired any ham-related gear, that'd be a yes. I built an old Ramsey kit FM transmitter, and I was fortunate enough to repair 6 or 7 Motorola mobiles, and actually one VHF maritime mobile. So the answer is yes, and you're doing a great job. 73 to everyone on the net tonight, W2KJB. Back to River.
Answer, yeah.
We have KL5QK, Michael in Big Lake, Alaska. Alright, I'll try again. Please come in. KL5QK, Michael in Big Lake, Alaska. Well, I guess we'll go on. Thanks for coming. We've got KE2EHI, Joseph Westfield, New York, in Westfield, New York. Says here that you're in and out. I'll go on to K06FJ, Douglas in Mountain View, California. Hi. Yes, this is Doug from my house, Mountain View, California. Max, and Doug is my grandfather, and I am in 4th grade. Alright, thank you for coming. I hope to see you again on the Usenet. I'm going to hand it over to Carlos to get some more check-ins, and I don't think I'm going to be coming back to do the net. I mean, I am going to come back, but not tonight. Sorry for... anyways, I'll turn it over to Carlos. KR4GIP.
Thank you very much, River. Great job you did there. Beautiful. And this is Carlos, N1CBM, and we're going to take more check-ins for the last slot on the Usenet number 126 on the East Coast Reflector. Text line 716-317-9050 if you want to avoid the pileups on the radio, or text at ecr.radio with your call sign on the body or the subject, and we'll get you in the logs. Check-ins, anybody, anywhere? Please come now, twice and slowly.
E8 Whiskey, Juliet Golf.
N6 QDY, N6 QDY.
Golf, Falls, Bravo, Uniform, Tango, Gleason.
Kilo 5, Oscar India Tango, K5 OIT, in and out.
KR4 GIP River.
Any more check-ins for Usenet number 126? This is Carlos, N1CBM. You're mobile, non-mobile, watching TV. Come on now, press that button and let's get Ivan working. He's been sitting too comfortable in his chair for the past 45 minutes. Let's give him a hard time, guys. Let's put our call signs in that log. Twice and slowly with your call signs, please.
KD3ATQ. KD3ATQ. Go Charlie 1, Quebec, Papa Lima, KC1QBL.
It's coming in. It's coming in all the way up to Montreal.
All right, that Montreal station, we know it's coming in, but we didn't get your call sign. Can you come back with your call sign so we can get you into logs, please, N1CBM?
If that's me, it's November 9, Quebec, Oscar, X-ray, Greenfield, Ohio, in and out, no traffic.
Let's work with this list down here. November 9, I think it's November 9 QOX. Can you verify that for us so we can correct that in the logs?
November, Minor, Quebec, Oscar, X-ray.
Okay, we got you there. November 9, Quebec, Oscar, X-ray. Thanks for coming in and out, Desmond. I appreciate it. Now we got KC1QPL, John from South St. Paul. K1, KI4EGQ, Bill, Woodstock, Georgia. KD3ATQ, Jim from Eastern Pennsylvania. KR4GIP, Miss River, New Bern, North Carolina. K5OIT, Kimberly, Duon, Texas. KG4BUT, Grayson from Orlando. N6UDY, David, and WAWG, WJG, that's a tongue twister right there, Bill from Ottawa Lake, Michigan. And I'm going to send it over to Mr. Ivan, E2EGF, for the final slot of the Youth Net on the East Coast Reflector. You have it, Ivan.
Carl? Yeah, sorry, I just went for the CW to stop, the CWID on my node to stop keying up there. Yeah, good evening to everyone. Hope everyone's having a good time. Thank you guys for checking in tonight. So far we're gonna get on down the list here. Let's see. The most popular answers, yes, as I expected. 19 people said yes, 4 people said no, which surprises me. Unless you're legally blind, that does kind of surprise me. Yeah. Now we're gonna pass that down to WAWJG, Bill in Ottawa Lake, Michigan.
WAWJG, yep. Have built the antennas and things like that. Nothing too crazy, but just trying to get things set up with the wife and kids and taking up all the time. So just learning as we go and having fun. Appreciate the net. Thanks very much, and back to you.
Alright, 73 to you, Bill. Yeah, I've built an antenna before. Twice actually. I've built a K6ARK kit and a dipole, homemade dipole. Centerfed, yeah. That's just, I think centerfed dipole is definitely a great starter project for anyone that wants to learn how to build stuff in amateur radio or solder. I've theoretically made a lot of them, but I've only made one. Yeah. Anyways, now we're going to send down to N6QDY, David in Sacramento, California. Question tonight is, have you ever built or repaired any ham equipment?
Hello, Ivan, and everybody on the net and in the Zoom control room. Thanks to River and Grayson and yourself. Great job. Haven't been able to listen too much, so I've got to get ready to go to a meeting. So the answer is yes on both repaired and built. So keep up the good work, and I'm very not in Sacramento. I'm on assignment very far south. So anyways, you guys have a great weekend, and keep up the good work. Back to the 5 and 6 QDY.
David, you've had 10 check-ins into the East Coast Reflector Youth Night. You've checked in 10 times. Kind of surprising. I feel like I've heard you check in more than 10 times, but, you know, that's alright. If you think about it, we have it once every week, so 10 weeks is kind of a lot. If you really think about it, that's about 20 days. So, anyways, WAWJG has 0 check-ins. Not new to the reflector, but new to the net. Yeah. Carbon send down to KG4 BUT Grayson in Orlando, Florida. You have 47 seconds. Please come now. Everybody else listening? I'm best known for taking things apart and not exactly putting them back together. Well, I'm not, that's a lie. Sometimes I do fix, but most of the time I don't. So, I don't think I've ever fixed a radio. Actually, well, not a ham radio, but a shortwave radio. So if that's that, yeah, this is TG4BT clear.
Parts from, what was it, voltage multiplier from a microwave, I think. Anyways, yeah. Long story short, Grayson, definitely you do a lot of stuff, so, yeah. Northwest, I'm down to K5OIT, Kimberly, and, no, my bad. Kimberly's in and out. Northwest, I'm down to KR4, GIP, River, in New Bern, North Carolina.
As you all know, or most of you know, that I'm new to this, so I didn't really know much about it until my dad got his ham radio license. No, I haven't. KR4 GIP, back to Ivan.
Alright, River, well, I would definitely suggest learning how to solder. Yeah, if you can learn how to solder, then you can pretty much build anything, as long as you know what goes into it. But yeah, well, I want to build anything, but anything electrical. Build circuit boards, whatever you want, as long as you just learn that, learn how to build that. But, if you can learn how to solder, then you can put that all together. So if you, instead buy, like, for example, like, I completed a K6 antenna kit recently. Basically that's just a kit to build an antenna, right? So if you just got that, you'd have instruction manuals and all that, and you could just build it, you know, if you know how to solder, and you don't necessarily know what to do, with the components, so you just have the manual. So I definitely suggest learning how to solder. Yeah. With that, we're going to pass that down to KD3, ATQ, Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. By the way, you have 3 check-ins, and River, you have 2. Please come now.
Good evening, Ivan and the rest of the youth group. Yes, I built some kits. When I was younger, I did an Allied shortwave receiver and a heat kit pneumatic keypad. Got a lot of other kits, but not ham related. Back to you, KD3 ATQ.
Three to you, Jim. Now we're going to pass that down to KI4 EGQ, Bill in Woodstock, Georgia. Via the text line. Question tonight is, have you ever built or repaired any ham equipment?
Well, good evening to everyone on the net. And a long time ago, back around 69 or 70, built a Ace Kit ham band receiver. And that was a lot of fun. And kept interest in that over the years. And I guess just, lately, maintaining antenna systems and, power and, just keep things fixed up around the shack. And, we were on a boat for a couple of years, so that was fun. But enjoy the net. Thanks to you for calling it, and hope everybody has a great weekend. KI4EGQ, good evening.
Alright, 73 to you, Bill. We're now going to pass on down to KC1 QPL, John in South St. Paul, Minnesota. Question tonight is, have you ever built or repaired any ham equipment? By the way, KI4EGQ, you have a 0 check-in so far. You are not new to the reflector, but you are new to the Usenet. KC1 QPL, you actually have a pretty good amount of check-ins. Don't think you're the record for tonight, but I know you're pretty high up there, with 49 check-ins. You better watch out, though, because Grayson is actually 2 check-ins behind you. We'll see if he can overtake you. Alright. KC1 QPL, John in South St. Paul, Minnesota. Please come now.
Good evening, Ivan. Good evening, everyone. Have been making the Usenet happen tonight. Thank you for having me.
KC1QPL. Back in the day, long ago, 30-something years, I built a lot of different things, amateur and non-amateur related. So in the course of my career path, I did a lot of that. But yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks for having. Thanks for getting on here tonight. You like I said, you had 49 check-ins. We're doing pretty good so far tonight. 41 check-ins. Actually, take it back. We're not doing so well. I think it's 9 p.m. now, so we're probably gonna call for one round of check-ins. After this, depends on what Carlos wants to do. Or we can end it. Anyways, with that, we're going to send down to KQ4 EKO, John in New Bern, North Carolina.
Good evening, people behind the scenes. Thanks for doing this evening. You guys are all doing a great job. I built the Sherry node. Well, I built it. I got the kit and I put the kit together. So I guess that kind of counts. But I've done a lot more. Have a lot more experience with building computers and swapping parts out of those things and everything. So I guess I'd be a yes. Have a great night, everybody. KQ4GKO, back to net control.
John, I think we do have a key up there, so I hope I'm not doubling with anyone. I'll go back down to N1CBM, Carlos in Hollywood, Florida. By the way, this is probably the end of me for tonight, so I'd like to say good night to everyone. Thank you for checking in tonight. I really appreciate it. And I think I'm going to give it down to Carlos here so he can provide data like checking the call district, all that tonight. So, anyways, now I'm going to pass on down to N1CBM, Carlos in Hollywood, Florida. By the way, John, you have 6 seconds, and Carlos, you also have 25. Down to you, Carlos.
Thank you very much, Ivan, but you're not off the hook yet. This is me checking in as a regular net user, not like the moderator. So, yeah, I have done I have done work, especially on antennas. I like to build antennas. I love the J-poles and the Slim Jims, and the ability to tune them is very entertaining for me. I've done so also little repair work on radios, not the very expensive ones, but the cheap ones. You know which ones I'm talking about. So I wouldn't ruin a big brand radio. So yes, I have done it. And now as a moderator, I'd like to thank you all on behalf of Ivan K2EGF, Grayson KG4BUT, River KR4GIP, Vicky in the logs, KE8VKY, Dick WE2JPQ, and myself N1CBM for participating on net number 126 of the Youth Net in the East Coast Reflector. Thank you very much for your participation. I'm going to send it back to Ivan so he can read the numbers for this net and then close it. Good night, everyone, and 1CBM.
All right, well, Carlos, you're really making me work tonight. All right, so KA8, BYU, Roy in Blaisdell, I think it's Blaisdell, New York. You have the highest number of check-ins out of all of us, with a whopping 74 check-ins to the Usenet. You probably have more, but the counter only started after, I think, around 90 of our Usenets, so there's probably a good 30 Usenets that we don't count. So you probably have more, Roy. But anyways, we had 40 check-ins tonight, and then we also had 26 people said yes, and 5 people said no to our question. That's 83.9% said yes, and 16.1% said no. I think that's a pretty reasonable number, considering we do have some legally blind hands out there. We also have some hams that are brand new. All right. The call district with the highest number of check-ins was the district number 4. We had a whopping 12 check-ins from district number 4, but right behind that we have district number 8, which would have 9 check-ins, and right behind 8 we have 2, with 7 check-ins. All right. I'm gonna take a break here before I come back with the other numbers. My thumb's getting kind of tired more than the PTT button. The one I have right now is the radio I have right now gives kind of a good bit resistance there. So I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back in about 10 seconds here after I get done resting my hand. All right. This is KE2 ECF.
All right, thank you, Ivan. I'm gonna play some elevator music here. A few moments later. Back to you, Ivan, in 1 CBM.
All right, thank you for that, Carl. I appreciate the help. All right, so like I said, the highest majority was in the there. So I don't think that I don't think we have anything else for tonight. So I thank everyone for coming tonight. Appreciate all the check-ins. I think we could have gotten more, but it's all right. You know. Thing here, yeah. I think we're gonna end the net here. So yeah, like I said, I would thank everyone for coming on to the net tonight. Yeah, so everyone, have a good night. 73. This is KE2 EGF, terminating the East Coast Reflector use net and returning the East Coast Reflector back to normal amateur use. Again, this is KE2 EGF. I'll be clear.